Hey guys, what's poppin'? Excuse me for a second. My eyes are like partially burning. I'm not sure why. Um, this honestly, this vlog is I didn't I didn't plan this out. I guess I could just start by being honest with you guys. When I woke up today, I was feeling good. I was having a good day. You know, everything was going good. And then, you know, considering my aunt's death, many of you know about, um, I guess I started drinking again, which I shouldn't have because of the new medication that I'm on. And, so I'm gonna get a little personal with you guys for a second. Uh, you know, with the drinking, sometimes comes nostalgia, and with that, you know, hang on, I'm trying to adjust the camera here. With that, with nostalgia comes, missing certain people, and thinking about certain people, and wanting to make calls, and so I did that. I started calling like multiple people today. And several, m- most of the people I called was my family members, some of my family members, and some of them answered, and we talked for about 30 minutes or so, 40 minutes, and you know, it was nice, and like my cousin Dreamer. I'm gonna say their names. I don't care. As long as I don't say their last names, it's all good. I'm not violating any privacy laws or anything. So my cousin Dreamer, I spoke to her for about 40 minutes, probably. And things got nostalgic. Before I called her, I called my Aunt Eileen, but she didn't answer at first. So that's when I called my cousin Dreamer, and Dreamer told me my Aunt Eileen, one of my favorite aunts, that's still alive. Um, she told me she had COVID and she was sick, and suddenly I got worried. So I was like, I need to, I need to really get in touch with her. You know, find out if she's okay, what's going on, if she's all right, and you know, um, so I called her twice. I got a machine, didn't get an answer. So, uh, I think I called. I think at this point I was trying to call my mom, and I couldn't get through. And then my Aunt Eileen, I was able to call her back. And I was able to talk to her for a while, and I was happy, you know. Um, then I asked her, because I for some reason, no, well, crap. Sorry, let me back that up. When I tried to call my aunt Arlene and I couldn't get through, I tried to call my cousin Christine and I couldn't get through to her. The phone number I had for her, just nobody was answering. Excuse me. Um, um, excuse me. Then she, excuse me. I'm very gassy tonight. Then, after I couldn't get through to my cousin Christine, excuse me, oh, I got hiccups. I, I tried to call my cousin Christine twice, and I couldn't get through. So I called my cousin Dreamer back and asked her for my cousin Tina's phone number. So she gave me her number. I called her. I couldn't get through to my cousin Tina. So then that's when my Aunt Eileen called. And I was finally able to talk to her, make sure she was okay. Checked on her, talked to her for a little while, and so after a while, I made sure she was okay, and I told her how it was. I hung up, but then I realized I didn't have my cousin's number in my contacts. I was upset about because I thought I did. So I called her back, and at first I asked her for my Uncle Clint, for his number. Then I asked her again for my cousin Franny's numbers. So she gave them to me because she said she had company. So I called my Uncle Clint. Obviously, he didn't answer the phone. I called my cousin Franny, her husband Richard, Richard, if you ever see this, I love you to death. I always have. I was surprised when I first said, all I said was, I think I said, hey you, and he knew it was me right away. Like, I couldn't even fool the dude. And I was like, how the fuck did you know that was even me? And he was like, I would never forget you. And I smiled real big. I was happy about that. And he was like, yeah. And I said, is Franny around? And so he gave me her alternate number. So I called it and I talked to her, and we reminisced for several hours. And she reminded me it's been like over 5 years that we haven't talked. And it was an amazing conversation. I wish I could see her in person. I wish I could visit with her. You know, I can explain one thing about my family. So my grandmother had 9 children. And, like, I reminded my cousin of that earlier tonight. That we consider, like, some of us have started saying that, within the family, we call the first part of the family the Fab Five, for the fact that, my original grandmother and my grandfather had their first 5 children together before my grandfather passed away. Then my grandmother met another guy and she had 4 more children. So, like, the first 5, for some reason, like, I've always been closer with them than the other 4. you know, and even within the first five, like, no offense, because my uncle Denver, he's a pastor. I love him, but, we've never been close. Um, my Aunt Eileen, I love her to death. I'm close with her, yes. Um, my Uncle Clint, it's, he's been a toss up since he married a Jewish woman. I mean, he changed over the years. He has values in life. I would say, like, you know, his morals and everything. He just changed as a person in whole. And I'm not saying I don't love him. I mean, I do, but he just changed as a person. I love his kids though to death, Richard and Sean, and their wives or wife or and their kids or whatever. But again, not close. My Aunt Frida, God rest her soul, her children. My cousin Sherry, Dreamer Richard, and their children, their grandchildren. I've been close with them. My dad, who was the baby of the five, passed on. So my closest ones I got left is my Aunt Eileen and my Aunt Frida's children. The sad part of that is my Aunt Eileen, I don't get to see her. I don't get to see her kids, my cousins, who I've always been close with growing up. I was always, she had, I think it's 5 of them, right? I've been drinking. It's, Deborah, Tino, Christine, Fran, 4. I think it's 4. Like I said, I've been drinking. So, Tina and Deborah, my oldest cousins, I was never fully, like, close with them growing up. Christine, my cousin Christine and Francine, and, they were always, like, my rock growing up. Not only were we the closest in age, but they were always there for me and my sister. God rest her soul. They were just a solid. They, even though, I mean, we lived in New York at the time. They lived in Staten Island at the time. We went there for barbecues, picnics or whatever. I'm not trying to sound biased, but because I love all my cousins, all 4 of them, but Christine and Francine were always the closest to me. And, you know, um, Francine, I think Christine was more of the go-getter. My cousin Christine, she was more of the extrovert, like always, moving around. And Francine was more the one that was around the most. I was around her the most, I should say. So I developed a closer bond with her in New York. Like I say, my family in West Virginia, I had my cousin Sherry and my cousin Dreamer, but New York, my cousin Francine and Christine were the closest I had, growing up. And, they, they were, they were my rock. They really were. I don't think they realized how much of an impact they had on my life, growing up. Um, I mean, even if we weren't around each other that often or that much, um, the way they looked out for me, the way they loved me, and especially my cousin Francine, you know, she has a heart of gold, you know, she always did, and she was always like a straight shooter, like, you know, she comes at you kind of like me. It took me a long time to be like that, but you know, she was always like a straight shooter. Like she just tells you how it is. You know, like she's not gonna sugarcoat anything. She's not gonna try to, you know, belittle or try to make a person feel better based on what they want to hear. Like she'll tell you straight how it is, but I mean she'll say it in a nice way, you know. And that's always one thing that I've loved and admired about her. And she just found out about my YouTube channel just tonight and subscribed and got her daughter Gia, my baby cousin, to subscribe. And however many other family members and her husband Richard. And I just want to give a big shout out to them and thank them um, from the bottom of my heart, truly. I hope you enjoy my channel. And, yeah, when I started calling everybody tonight, I was drinking. You know, I'm having a hard time with my aunt's death. And, you know, I'm still trying to cope. You know, I'm still trying to be there for all you guys. You know, everybody around. Sorry, I had to spit real quick. You know, you're a smoker. You guys know. You gotta hop that loogie. Anyways, so, yeah, but one thing that touched my heart truly was when for some reason, like, me and my cousin Fran haven't talked in 5 years, like she said, and I remember the last time I talked to her, I said, does Christina still have that drawing that I did for her? And for some reason, I don't know why I keep bringing it up, because, like, that truly was, and I don't think my cousin believes me, but that truly was, like, the best drawing. Like, I stopped drawing years ago because of my carpal tunnel, and that truly was, like, one of the best drawings I ever did of her daughter. And, you know, I still remember it to this day, and I'm like, I remember back then telling her, I was like, please never get rid of this photo. I was like, it took me hours to draw this, and, you know, to get it to the way I wanted it, and, you know, the perfection that I wanted it, and, you know, I put a lot of heart and effort into that, and the fact that she still has it, you know, and it's just like, it touches my heart. It truly does. So I just wanted to make a quick shout out. I was gonna make this short. I was gonna try to make this vlog short. I didn't think it would be this long. But I just, yeah, wanted to give a shout out to my cousin Franny and her daughter Gia. We're talking to them tonight, and Gia doesn't know me personally, but you know, if she grew up around me, she would love me too, cause I'm just a very, everybody loves me. You know, I'm just a very loving person. You know, I'm just, no, but really, you know, I'm thankful and I'm blessed in my life. You know, I may have a huge family. You know, my grandmother giving birth to 9 children. You would think like, yeah, I have tons of cousins, but it's very short. You know, my family list is very short of over the years of the family members that have stuck by me. And so I'm fortunate to have just the two handfuls, that's about it, of family members that have stuck by me. Even if I get to talk that often. So, and my cousin Francine found out tonight about my YouTube channel, and she said she was going to get her kids and everything and people she knows to subscribe to my channel. So I thank you so much for that, cuz I love you to death. I wish I got to see you more. I'm sorry it took 5 years for us to reconnect. I mean, that's horrible. I know it's horrible to even fathom the time. And I can't even find the right words for that. You know, it's just horrible, the time that we've lost. And honestly, and tell Richard I love him to death. I hope he sees this video. Rich, I love you to death, dude. I mean, that was awesome. Like, I just said a couple words and you, like, you knew off the bat who the fuck I was. Like, thumbs up, bro. Like, for knowing who I was instantly. Like, props for that. Because you haven't heard my voice in years either. You know, that was awesome. And Christina, I didn't get to talk to you, but I love you to death, and your mom can repeat the same thing. Like I said, you know, there's not many family members that I would give my all to, but you know, and Eileen's family, and Aunt Frida's family, they're basically the only two. I would truly give my life. I would give a bullet, give my life for. And I truly mean that from the bottom of my heart. And thank you for my family for subscribing to my channel. And yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I was gonna get a little personal. I tend to do that with you guys. You already know that. My faithful subscribers, you know, I'm not going to bullshit you on anything I have to say on my channel. You know, I always come at you with the truth. I come at you live. But tonight was special, and I had to just dedicate this video to my family. So I hope you all understand that. And still respect that. And so anyway, you guys, I'm going to end this here. And if you guys like this video, please give me that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Anytime you want to be notified of a new video, just hit that post notification bell down below. And I forget how it's in the corner. And until next time, you guys, God bless. And laters.